So you're preparing for your police promotion. You're looking to get the next rank. It's possibly one of the best things in the world you can do. I know, because I've been the sergeant, I've been the inspector, like equivalent to lieutenant if you're in America or Australia or Canada or elsewhere. But so many of you are making these 3 big mistakes. And in this live broadcast, I'm going to talk to you about those 3 mistakes to ensure that you don't make them. Because there's so much generic but very well-meaning advice out there. There's like all of your colleagues trying to give you advice, and all it's doing is just confusing you. How do I know this? I've been there. My name is Brendan from Bluelight, and over the past 31 years now, I've been supporting people just like you to succeed in promotion boards and specialist interviews with a huge amount of success. We've got over 800 5-star Trustpilot reviews, so don't just take my word for it. Awesome, amazing reviews. Some of them are recruitment reviews, some of them are promotion reviews. You just got to work through them. But the last one actually tipped us into 5. The last one was a promotion review, and it tipped us into 5. No longer are we 4.9 on Trustpilot, we are 5. I've never seen an organisation that's got 5, but we're very proud of it. All right, so let's dive in. The problem with getting promoted in the police is that there's so little guidance out there. If you try and research it on Google or YouTube, it's highly likely you might just bring up some of our videos. Because we know that there's no one out there there's very few people out there who are prepared to put their neck on the line and say, look, this works. Now, we actually guarantee it works for our Academy members, and here's the first thing we make sure we do with them. In our roadmap call, and this is all from actually a roadmap call I had with one of our clients who just joined us last week. I had a roadmap call with him yesterday, and these were the 3 big mistakes he made. It's so common. And the first one is that the evidence that they're preparing for questions that start with, can you tell me about a time when, demonstrate that this individual is an amazing police officer, but didn't have the potential to be a great sergeant. He's going to be a sergeant. That's what he's going to be. He is going to be a sergeant. Doesn't need to worry. We're going to get him through the promotion process. But for the 2 examples he gave me, I asked him the question, could a good police officer, could a good constable do these things? Yes. Would you need to be a sergeant to be able to do these things? No. Right, well, you need to find something better then. Something that's a bit juicier, that's more tangible at the rank of sergeant, especially as this individual had been in a temporary role for a year now. And they were giving examples from when they were a tutor officer, giving examples from when they were a family liaison officer. Now, those were both great examples and demonstrated that they were amazing tutor officers and amazing family liaison officers, but it wasn't demonstrating that they had the skills to be a sergeant. So that's the number 1 thing, number 1. Number 2, not having the right kind of structure. So you might get asked questions which are tell me about a time when. You might get asked questions which are how in the future as a sergeant will you, forward-facing, so rear-facing and forward-facing. And you could get asked a question, why you and why now? Now, we've got our own proprietary systems and models that we've developed purely for questions like that in the police promotion and recruitment process. So for rear-facing questions, we're going to use the SAARLKU model, which stands for Situation, Aim, Action, Result, Learning, Knowledge and Understanding. So it's similar to STAR, except there's a few more moving parts to it, especially the KU at the end. This is where we put the icing on the cake and you demonstrate how you would be able to take that value, skill or behavior and implement it in the next rank. So you're almost turning it into a forward-facing answer. What you're doing is hybridizing it. And if anyone else hybridizes an answer in the promotion boards that you're going through, one of your competitors, one of your competition, then they will probably have been trained by us, because we don't know of anyone else who actually talks about a hybrid model like that. So hybridizing your answer works really, really well. For forward-facing questions, we're going to use the why, how, what model. This is, again, something that we designed specifically for police promotion and recruitment process. Why? You talk about the hook. This is like, why is the thing important? Why is collaborating with other agencies important? Why is it important that we hold the highest of ethical standards? Why is it important that we build up trust in communities? You could have a why. You've got to know your business inside and out. And this is where you give them a really powerful hook, something that's going to make them go, looking forward to this, because you've just told them something they probably don't know. This is where it's an interesting quantitative fact or qualitative fact, or you can mix the two up. But you're demonstrating that you know why the skill or behavior is so important. And then we move into the how, no more than 3 things. It's not a time for a shopping list of first I'll do this, then I'll do that, and then I'll do this other thing, and then I'll do something else, and then I'll do, because promise you, by the time you get to number 4 or 5, they've forgotten number 1, right? So we need to have no more than 3 hows. And we often talk about a short-term thing, a long-term thing, and I'm already doing this thing already. So it kind of hybridizes the answer again. And then the next part is the what. What will this result in? So awesome. These models work really, really well. For the why you, we use a hook, story, close. Again, a hook, this powerful moment when you decided I'm going to work towards being the next rank. And then we've got the story of how you developed yourself. And then the next part, the close, is how you're going to demonstrate that you've got the skills, the behaviors and the values needed to be in the next rank. Works really well. All right, awesome stuff. Anyway, that's number 2. Number 3, your answers are just boring. Like you're just coming up with, I will implement this policy. I want to hear more about how you can go outside of policy if needed, because that's when you earn the stripes, that's when you earn the pips, that's when you earn the next rank and the right to have that next rank, because you're capable of making decisions that might be outside of policy. You're not breaking the law, it's just outside of policy, because there's situations, you know this because you're a serving police officer, there's situations that don't always apply to policy. You can't wrap policy around some complex scenarios because they just refuse your policy submission on them. And so we've got to make sometimes decisions outside of policy. I want to promote people who are able to do that. Is that making sense? People who are able to make decisions outside of policy. So that's what I want to hear about. I want to hear about the difficult and tough stuff. I don't want to promote people who are just capable of rattling off policy and implementing policy without having confidence that at 3 o'clock in the morning, when there's no one else available to support them, you're the one that's going to hold the line. The wheel might be a bit wobbly when I come in as the person promoting you at 7 o'clock in the morning for the day shift or my 9 to 5 office job, whatever it is, but the wheel might be wobbling a little bit, but I've got faith in you that it's not going to come off. Make sense? Awesome, right? Hopefully this has been helpful for you. If you're thinking, where do I get more advice and guidance like this, then there's a link below somewhere where you can join the Facebook group where I've actually gone live from. There's over 27,000 members inside that, free to join the Facebook group. And if you're thinking, I love the idea of this academy program and guaranteeing the result, then again, there'll be a link somewhere where you can actually fill out a form, jump on a call with us, and we can talk about whether it's a good fit for you. Otherwise, I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye for now.